Hello, hello. Welcome to episode 2 of the second season of the Padded Room podcast. If you haven't checked it out already, do check out our first episode with my favorite and possibly the only Pakistani YouTuber I'm following with any dedication, Irfan Junejo. This episode is going to be a quick recap of the 2017 PSL, the second PSL, something that happened while we were off the interwebs. For their expertise and opinion, I have a couple guests because I don't know shit about sports or cricket. They're not my primary interests. So I got people who do. I got Sarkhail and I got AZ Khawaja. You can find them both on Twitter. These two, along with Khushal, were super regular attendees at the PSL matches this year. Sarkhail ran the Islamabad Snapchat. Khwaja has a podcast of his own dedicated to cricket called K2 Cricket. And yeah, so these guys were prime suspects for guest spots on this show. So yeah, the episode's a bit shorter in length. It's about 35-40 minutes. Also, follow us on Twitter and Facebook. I forgot to mention that in the previous episode. It's TPR Pod on Facebook and Twitter. The Padded Room podcast is what the name is. We're currently, you might be interested, looking for some audience submissions for our next crowdsourced topic. This one's very desi in that we're looking for some weird and awkward relationship slash rishta stories. We're getting some really, really crazy ones. So yeah, we're gonna get together again, me, Rizwan, Sarkhail, and go through them and give you our very, very insightful feedback. You know, we know you all love that, and we're super experts in everything to do with nothing. So yeah, that's the next episode. The previous one's Irfan Junejo, and this one is the PSL. All right, relax, put your seatbelts on. Time to start episode 2. Let's start the show. Padded Room Podcast, episode 2, PSL recap.
आप वो हो गए ना मॉडरेटर हो गए जो भी हो गए
मैं आप who's that guy who got kicked out? ये उन्होंने बोला
I have no idea कौन who got kicked out Sarkhail
पीटीवी वाला जो था
Noman Niaz
सर आप बिल्कुल
with the flowery vocab
I don't know the words he uses. Apparently he uses a lot of complicated words, but आप नोमान न्याज समझे मुझे और बिल्कुल respect ना दें मुझे. And
no worries
talk
no
about
worries.
your shit. So overall, boys, what was your summary vibe before we get into detail about the second PSL? How did you feel individually things went? First, we'll go with Sarkhail.
Yeah, look, I had a lot of fun because I just saw Khwaja cry so many times. It's not even funny. Like the amount of times that Lahore completely bottled it, it was just brilliant.
देखिए ये पर्सनल अटैक्स तो होते रहेंगे लेकिन हम जरा ओवरऑल भी एक नजरिया चाह रहे थे कि इवेंट
ये ओवरऑल ही सीन था PSL
मतलब योर हाईलाइट वाज लाहौर कलंदर इज नॉट डूइंग वेल.
Yes, exactly.
अच्छा ओवरऑल तो लेकिन हाउ डू यू फील अबाउट अदर लेस पर्सनल थिंग्स लाइक was it we went to the PSL last year also. I only went for the final. I think you went to most of the matches if not all. So इस साल भी तुम गए. What was your experience this year like? Firstly, you had some social media games. वो क्या था?
Yes, I did. I was running the official Islamabad United Snapchat account.
Okay.
During the game days, not off the game days, only while during the game days.
Okay.
And that was a lot of fun. Got to meet a lot of new people. And overall, this PSL was great because it really stood out, and it gave a lot of the new emerging players a great platform. A lot of the players, they came out on their own, like Shadab Khan, and who's by the way just performed brilliantly. in the first T20 वेस्ट इंडीज में भी हो रहा है बाय द वे अली तुम्हें पता होना चाहिए कि अभी
ये हो रहा
पाकिस्तान
है असल में आई एम रिकॉर्डिंग दिस इन अ डिफरेंट रूम बिकॉज मेरे जिस रूम में आमतौर में करता हूँ उसके पीछे वाले रूम में टीवी लगा हुआ है और मेरा हाउसमेट देख रहा है तो आई एम एक्चुअली सफरिंग बिकॉज ऑफ क्रिकेट मैं एक अलग कमरे में आना पड़ा मुझे हाँ बस स्पोर्ट्स का जुल्म कंटिन्यूज अच्छा तो यू सेड न्यू प्लेयर्स का गुड सीन था इस्लामाबाद यूनाइटेड यू रैन देयर स्नैपचैट अकाउंट ओके खुद भी आपने स्नैप्स का सीन काफी ऑन किया हुआ था आई रिमेम्बर तो डू यू थिंक do you think acha we'll come back to the players wali thing also because that is one particular thing I heard which I wanted to ask you guys about so do you think social media wise public ki interest wise was there a difference between last year's PSL and this year's
it was certainly a lot more I mean obviously the Twitter city wars were at their peak as they always are during the PSL season and but I think this time the franchises were a lot more active. They knew that last season, social media did play a big role, and this time I know for sure that the Islamabad United team did put a lot more effort into that.
What did Islamabad United have an official Snapchat last year?
No, there was no official Snapchat last year.
Achha.
They had only this year.
Achha.
I mean, it was there last year, but it was not like anyone was running it consistently.
अच्छा ठीक है चले मूविंग ऑन टू यू ख्वाजा साहब विद दिस सेम क्वेश्चन ऑन एन ओवरऑल एक्सपीरियंस लेवल बहुत ही जनरल टर्म्स में हाउ डिड यू फील दिस PSL वेंट इन टर्म्स ऑफ कंपैरिजन टू लास्ट ईयर्स और उसमें आप जरा ये सोशल मीडिया एस्पेक्ट्स के बारे में भी बताएं एंड ओवरऑल ऑडियंस इंटरेक्शन लेवल कैसा लगा
First of all, I'll start off with the opening ceremony. That was absolutely amazing.
Right.
पहली तो ठीक थी, but the one we had this year was absolutely outstanding. बहुत ही उन्होंने they went all out. थोड़ा उन्होंने जो उनका guest star था शायद थोड़ा dated था. But other than that, the whole ceremony was really amazing. They did it really well. It was very slick and very touching at moments as well. और and the promotion wise, I would say at least 300% ज़्यादा इन्होंने effort किया to promote it locally. पाकिस्तान में तो क्रेज था ही था but in UAE they did a lot with all the banners and the hoardings and the taxis had all the the decal and everything so there was a very heavy promotion
okay
or competition wise the schedule was much more fan friendly this year they had fewer games on the weekdays
I remember this was an issue last year
हाँ तो उन्होंने फ्राइडे सैटरडे और थर्सडे को डबल हेडर्स रखे हुए थे तो अगर आप एक टिकट देख रहे हो तो यू आर गोना गेट 2 games एंड तो इसलिए क्राउड भी अच्छा आता रहा है सो इट वाज नॉट स्पार्स क्राउड जो लास्ट ईयर वाला थोड़ा सीन था डिसअपॉइंटिंग था इस दफा शारजा में उन्होंने ज्यादा मैचेस रखे
राइट
और एंड दे प्लान्ड इट के पेशावर जो हमारे पठान भाई हैं उनके मैचेस वीकेंड पे पड़े तो रश बहुत जबरदस्त था otherwise the competition had bigger players bigger names like Kumar Sangakkara, Brendan McCullum, famous names Kieran Pollard. So the pool of talent was much better.
Okay.
थोड़ी सी controversy वो हुई थी इस्लामाबाद की, but nobody really gave it any lip service. So overall the competition was a lot more fun. थोड़े results personally as always थोड़े disappointing थे.
Yes.
But we had a lot of thrilling games. So end of the day we all went home very satisfied और final तो आपके सामने ही लाहौर में जो हुआ था it was just electrifying पूरा माहौल जो पूरा सीन क्रिएट किया हुआ था we couldn't see it live like all the rest of the games लेकिन बहुत ज़बरदस्त और social media wise I felt that we basically missed it last year because we were online at those times इस दफ़ा हमने I think 90% matches तो उधर ही देखे थे but I felt they were a bit more vicious and a bit more dated थोड़ा लोग थोड़ा nasty हो गए थे वो शुगल फैक्टर मुझे लग रहा था थोड़ा कम था बट शायद क्योंकि हम कम थे तो हम ज्यादा शुगर लगाते हैं तो वी डोंट गेट नास्टी मतलब खुशहाल पेशावर का फैन है सरखेल इजलू का है मैं कलंदर हूँ एंड वी हैव अनदर फ्रेंड दैट सपोर्ट्स कराची किंग्स सो वी हैव आवर ओन टीम्स
राइट
लेकिन हम कभी नास्टी नहीं होते तो मैं तो हैप्पी गो लकी मैं डिफीट को ले लेता हूँ ये इजलू और ये जल्मी वाले बहुत नाराज हो जाते हैं हारने के बाद इसलिए मैंने इनको ज्यादा छेड़ा नहीं मैंने कहा छोड़ दो यार
चलो वेरी वेरी जेनरस ऑफ यू अच्छा सोशल मीडिया गेम्स जो हमने सरखेल की बात की थी सरखेल वाज इन्वॉल्वड विद द इस्लामाबाद स्नैपचैट अकाउंट यू आल्सो स्टार्टेड अ पॉडकास्ट अबाउट यू वांट टू टॉक अबाउट दैट
हाँ वो यार एज यू नो वी आर क्रिकेट फ्रीक्स तो हमारा तो उठना बैठना ही क्रिकेट है तो हमने कहा यार अब व्हाई वी शुड यूटिलाइज आवर फ्री टाइम
बिल्कुल
एंड टॉक अबाउट द टॉपिक वी लव द मोस्ट तो उसके लिए हमने पॉडकास्ट भी स्टार्ट की एंड वी वर लकी टू गेट सम हाई प्रोफाइल गेस्ट्स लाइक Zainab Abbas, the host of the presenter of PSL.
Oh,
So
Zabardast, she came
she
on the
was very
podcast.
generous.
That was great.
Yeah, she also did an episode with us, so that was really great. तो फिर interactions वही behind the scenes इन लोगों से मिलना, काफी दोस्त भी बन गए, काफी पुराने लोग फिर से मिले, काफी नए लोग भी मिले. So it's like a 1 month carnival for us cricket fans कि भाई हम तो शुगर लगाए
Momina
हैं.
Mustasan. Oh,
Yes.
what? Sorry?
Yes.
Sorry?
Yes.
कुछ लोग कुछ ज्यादा ही हाई प्रोफाइल ए लिस्ट सेलेब्स के इर्द गिर्द घूम रहे थे अपने दोस्तों को भूल के.
हाँ.
तो
Oh.
नहीं, ये सरखेल पे
ये
आजकल काफी
ये
इल्जाम लग रहे
मेरे
हैं
पे दूसरी
दोस्तों
दफा
को
लग
भूलने
गया.
वाले. आज के दिन में
यार
ये
मैंने
दूसरी दफा हुआ है.
हम दोस्तों में डिस्कस करे थे इस बंदे की बड़ी हॉट स्ट्रीक चल रही है टच वुड
हाँ.
ऐसे ही लगा रहे बट ही इज हैविंग अभी इसने पैर तोड़वा लिया अपना लास्ट वीक वरना इससे पहले तो भाईजान फुल छाए हुए थे
ये
हर जगह ही.
साल में एक दो दफा इसको कोई ऐसी इंजरी होती है which कोई दूसरा बंदा हो वो समझ सकता है कि I really shouldn't be playing sports, maybe I'm just better off watching, but Sarkhail every year
Yeah,
has
watching.
something that where he goes and
these are all sugar induced injuries not sports.
अच्छा. I thought ये sports में कुछ हुआ है. अच्छा तो fine, that's good. So social media overall, you were saying कि much more interaction at times. कुछ scenes could have been better, but खैर वो तो लोग generally आपस में कभी lines cross कर जाते हैं. But much more interaction, much more effort from the organizers themselves, all of that. ठीक है. On the games itself, how did you feel the matches were compared to last year? Sarkhail.
Oh, they were super, super close. Like, we had quite a few last over finishes, even last ball finishes. The one that I enjoyed the most was the Islamabad versus Quetta one, where Mohammad Sami bowled brilliantly in the last over. And we defended, I think, 6 or 7 of the last over. I'm not sure if I could be wrong. Khawaja, correct me if I'm wrong. But yeah, matches were a lot closer since we had a lot more matches in Sharjah this time. And Sharjah always has better, higher scoring games also, and a lot, better atmosphere. It was a lot more fun to watch the games there as well compared to Dubai.
कराची. अच्छा तो
Karachi.
अब शुरू में मुझे याद है कि ख्वाजा विल कम टू यू इन अ सेकंड, बट मुझे ये भी याद है कि यू वर टॉकिंग अबाउट हायर स्कोरिंग राइट नाउ. तो शुरू में मुझे आई एम नॉट श्योर बिकॉज आई एम नॉट फॉलोइंग इट 100%, बट शुरू में मुझे लग रहा था कि स्कोर्स वर नॉट वेरी हाई, और आई मे बी इमेजिन सम पीपल टॉकिंग अबाउट दिस. क्या ऐसा था सीन?
हाँ, थोड़ा सा था. I mean, not most of the games were low-scoring games, and we all know that Lahore did score 59 runs this season. Sorry, Khwaja, but नहीं, यार अब you know that you knew that during the podcast that would come up at least once, and it would come up at least 4 times.
At
But
least
no, the
once and
games
and at least 58 more times.
yes, 58 more times. Good joke, banter.
फिर
But no, the games were better this time. It wasn't like not all. So there were a few high-scoring games as well, but it was just that the games were close. That's more important.
Okay, so the overall score wasn't really a big factor in your view, as long as बेहतरी मतलब generally चल रही है. And
Yeah.
Khwaja, how do you feel about the matches in particular on stuff that Sarkhail said?
Yeah, the very first game we got a score of 190s, so it was a very high scoring game. फिर जो basically it was saying the pitches were much better this time round, and all 5 teams were relatively well balanced. Last year 3 teams अच्छी थी and 2 teams were absolute garbage, Lahore Qalandars and Karachi Kings. This time around Lahore lifted the game. They beat some high profile opponents. Karachi ने भी शुरू में ही लोगों को हराना शुरू कर दिया था.
Right.
So all 5 teams were consistently beating each other. तो इसलिए एक अच्छा मिक्स बन रहा था और अच्छे लास्ट बॉल थ्रिलर्स इसलिए हो रहे थे कि the quality of the sides was much more even this time around, even though the results didn't change too much eventually.
अच्छा. So initially you mentioned, I don't know if it was Khwaja or Sarkhail, you mentioned that I think Sarkhail, you said that we have some good players coming up, and the PSL is proving to be sort of like a good opportunity for people to show themselves. बट ये भी मैंने सुना है कि PSL में जितनी भी क्रेजी परफॉर्मेंसेज हुई हैं, दिस कुड ऑब्वियसली बी लाइक वन पर्सनस व्यू, बट जितनी भी क्रेजी परफॉर्मेंसेज हुई हैं देर मोस्टली फॉरेन प्लेयर्स या एग्जिस्टिंग प्लेयर्स. तो जैसे IPL में लोग समझते हैं कि यू नो बिकॉज देयर सो मेनी टीम्स एंड इट्स जनरली जस्ट अ मच बिगर टूर्नामेंट, बट उसमें अपॉर्चुनिटी बहुत होती है कि लोग नए प्लेयर्स जो हैं वो ग्रूम हों, डेवलप हों, एंड देन दे गेट हाईलाइटेड एंड मूव ऑन मे बी टू द नेशनल साइड. डू यू थिंक दैट इज हैपनिंग विद द PSL? Yes, no? Sarkhail first.
Are you talking about the emerging players?
Yeah, how is the PSL doing so far in bringing new players up, or to like the forefront?
Well, we can see right now, I mean, with the current squad that's playing in the West Indies, that, the emerging players have been called up. Shadab is playing in the T20 today, and he's already taken 3 wickets. And so I do think the PSL is going to, like, Shadab did play for Pakistan A squad and the under-19 before the PSL, but he wasn't noticed, for the national team. So it's only after the PSL, only after Islamabad United gave him that start, was he called up to the national squad.
But Shadab is one example. Do you have any other notable names that you may have noticed?
Usama Mir, Fakhr Zaman, these guys all performed really well. I'm not sure about the squad inclusion. Maybe Khawaja can help me on that.
Okay, Khawaja.
The main thing is performances. Basically, T20 is a batsman game. तो पाकिस्तानी बैट्समैन कोई नया हमें देखने को नहीं मिला कि some new kid came on and set the world on fire. But in the bowling, the Pakistani bowlers did well. Like Sarkhail mentioned, Shadab Khan था, Usama Mir था, Usman Shinwari था, Roman Reis था. So these were the 4-5 guys who did really well in PSL and got valuable exposure. And now they're in the national team right now in the tour of West Indies. तो basically हमें bowling side पे नए faces देखने को मिले हैं. लेकिन बैटिंग टैलेंट अभी तक कोई आउटस्टैंडिंग नहीं नजर आया पाकिस्तानी. दैट इज वेयर द फॉरेनर्स वर बैटिंग वेल. केविन पीटरसन एंड द इंग्लिश गाइज मॉर्गन एंड बिलिंग्स, दीज गाइज डिड रियली वेल विद द बैट. लेकिन पाकिस्तानी कोई बैट्समैन ऊपर इतना खास नहीं नजर आया.
अच्छा, तो डू यू थिंक बोथ ऑफ यू, डू यू थिंक दैट ये मतलब व्हाट इज द रीजन फॉर दिस? डू यू थिंक इट्स एज वेल, दिस इज गोइंग एज वेल एज इट कैन गो एट द मोमेंट, या some things can be done to improve this situation ताकि पाकिस्तानी टीम को भी at the end of the day ज़्यादा फायदा हो?
हाँ, मुझे खिला लो.
हाँ वो फिर इंजर हो जाना तुम्हारे बेचारे डेलिकेट से पैर तुम्हारे. नहीं, but seriously, do you think things are like as good as they can get given our हालात? Because मैं ये तो अक्सर सुनने में आता है कि under-19 पाकिस्तान की टीम ने वर्ल्ड कप जीत लिया, ये कर लिया, वो कर लिया, but I'm not sure if that really gets translated through to the actual main national team. But again, do you think that's an accurate assessment?
I think it will take a bit of time because our batting talent pool is kind of shallow at the moment. जो 2-3 बड़े ऊपर player आ रहे थे, तो Shajil Khan was a very prominent name, but he got messed up in other situations.
Right.
But Umar Akmal है, Ahmed Shahzad है, Babar Azam है. These guys are still young. They're all still 24, 25. So as a batsman, it takes time to mature and perform at the peak level. Yeah, he's still only 24, 25. ये आते ही बल्कि असल उम्र है तो इनको ही पता है, but officially he is still 24 or 25.
अच्छा.
तो I think it would take some time for Pakistani batsmen to also come out and grab the headlines. लेकिन bowling was always our main strength and bowler तो हम अभी भी produce कर रहे हैं and they're actively in the team right now. Batsmen भी आहिस्ता आहिस्ता hopefully through PSL निकल आएंगे.
So generally, would both of you agree that the PSL अभी is showing potential कि आगे जाके हमारी national team को भी फायदा होगा इससे?
100%, bro.
I think immediate फायदे already हो चुके हैं. Shajil Khan and Shadab Khan and these guys, 4-5 guys have gone directly into the national team. तो it has produced India के शायद इतना results नहीं produce हुए जितने पाकिस्तान के immediately result produce हो रहे हैं और player produce हो रहे हैं.
Okay, चलो ये तो good scene है. अच्छा, और फिर how do you guys feel? अच्छा, there was this one angle, बीच में थोड़े लोग कहते रहते हैं कि there should be more teams in the PSL. What is the situation there?
I think they are planning to have one extra team from next season on.
Okay.
We don't know what that team could be. I think 1 or 2. But yes, I think that will make the competition a lot more, open. Anyone and one team now, maybe two teams the season after that. Slowly, we can have as many as the IPL perhaps.
Given the size of the event, how many teams do you think Pakistan can reliably sustain? क्योंकि IPL तो चलो ज़्यादा टीमें होंगी बट इंडिया मुल्क भी तो बहुत बड़ा है ना
I think
पाकिस्तान में 8.
I think we can do 8.
Okay, Khwaja, how do you feel about this?
I think 6 teams is fairly. It's now it's not too less and it's not too much. I think 6 teams will be an ideal competition. और सुनने को आ रहा है कि मलिक रियाज the tycoon साहब जो है हमारे बहरिया टाउन वाले, he
Yes,
has
yes.
already, rumors are कि he's already bought the 6th team.
Okay.
So and Afridi just left Peshawar
Yeah,
yesterday.
that also happened.
So maybe
yesterday.
you can put 2 and 2 together and create some kind of conspiracy के यार ये शायद उधर चले जाए. But the plan was always to have 6 teams by the end of the 3rd PSL.
अच्छा.
So let's see. And I've heard from very reliable sources that all of the franchises, they can retain only 8 players and the rest are all going back into the draft for preparation for the 6th team.
अच्छा ऐसा भी होता है मतलब you don't stay forever. You have a batch of players that goes back into the pool.
And yep. And you can only retain 8 of them for the next draft, which will be probably in the winter or late this year. तो लेकिन confirmation I think we'll get in a few months कि भाई छठी टीम आ रही है या 5 ही अभी तक continue करें. I think 6 is okay. 8 I don't think we have the talent to sustain 8 teams. But अगर foreigners आने को तैयार हैं और खेलने को तैयार है फिर तो the sky is the limit.
हाँ एक तो the number of people available का भी है फिर you also have to look into things like you need financial backing for 8 teams and or however many तो वो भी पता नहीं कितने लोग interested हों to keep backing their teams reliably. ये ना हो ना कि अगले साल 8 कर ली फिर एक साल बाद वो 2 लोग कह रहे हैं कि अच्छा जी बस बहुत हो गया. अच्छा so
oh wait, just if you want any more inside information, please ask Khwaja because इसके पास जो contacts हैं जो sources हैं ना शायद किसी journalist के पास नहीं है.
नहीं I'm sure that's also true that like to a great extent games तो भाई की हमें पता ही है.
क्योंकि इनका प्लान था कि we are going to evaluate the tournament after 3 years. We're going to look at our return on investment और कि क्या हुआ क्या नहीं बना क्या बना after 3 years. That was their cycle.
हाँ तो फिर following up on that, do you think how do you think the return on investment has been like from a financial perspective? How well do you think this is going?
Well, apparently PCB made $2.6 million on the first profit, and they were not expecting a profit, but they made a profit on the first PSL. And 2 franchises are already making money.
अच्छा.
तो बाकी जो जिनके losses थे इन्होंने cover कर दिए थे. They paid off like I think 1.7 million dollars to cover their losses.
अच्छा.
तो अब इस साल के बाद अब financial figures क्या हैं वो अभी कुछ महीनों में पता लग जाएंगे. But even if they are making losses on on the ground, their valuation has gone through the roof. They're worth 3, 4, 5 times more than they were when they bought them.
Right.
तो अगर वो बेचना भी चाहें तो इनको टेंशन ही कोई नहीं. Somebody who is definitely wants to get involved.
क्या बेचना चाहे like the whole tournament या players?
If they want to sell their franchise,
अच्छा.
तो anybody would be willing to buy it. Why not? क्योंकि players को तो publicity मिलती है, उनके owners को double publicity मिल रही है.
Right.
Javed Afridi and the Lahore Qalandars owner and whoever, they're becoming household names now.
Yes.
तो एक added incentive वो भी है कि भाई limelight तो सभी चाहते हैं. कोई नहीं कहता कि जी हमें limelight नहीं चाहिए. तो star बनने का ये अच्छा तरीका है.
Right. अच्छा तो फिर चलो we've covered the matches, we've covered the events, the responses. Now one of the biggest क्या कह सकते हैं parts of this whole tournament in terms of what got people talking was that the final was in Lahore. So both of you individually, how do you feel that went? There was a huge security presence. काफी लोग कह रहे थे कि एक मैच के लिए इतनी like firstly it seemed very evenly split कि people wanted it or people didn't want it. कुछ लोग कह रहे थे कि ऐसा नहीं होना चाहिए, अगर सही भी हो गया तो it'll send like an unsustainable message कि अभी ये एक मैच सही हो गया तो आगे भी हो जाएंगे, हो सकता है आगे ना हो. And some people were saying कि it's just not even worth the risk, कुछ भी हो गया तो फिर क्या करेंगे. And then there were a lot of people who were saying कि नहीं होना चाहिए और it's safe. And then a lot of the players who backed out because they didn't feel comfortable फिर उनके भी पीछे हमारे ट्विटर आर्मी तो फ़ौरन पहुंच जाती है ना, उनके घर पहुंच गई कि मतलब व्हाई आरंट यू कमिंग, हम भी तो रह रहे हैं, ये वो वगैरह वगैरह. So how do you feel that whole situation was handled by the PSL, by the Lahore, Punjab, Pakistan government people, by the army who was also involved like they are and everything? Sarkhail, how do you think the final went overall?
Yeah, look, firstly, I was against the idea of having the final in Lahore. Okay, I thought it would first, like, the point of having the final in Lahore was to show that international cricket can come back to Pakistan. But initially, almost all the players, refused. A very handful of players agreed to come to Lahore. So the point of, and if no international players were going to play in the final, then that negates the point of having the final there and showing that cricket is back in Pakistan. If you're only playing with domestic players. But then the Peshawar Zalmi team did agree to go. All their major players did end up going there. And we'd already given into that it's happening. There's no point fighting it. If it's happening now, you might as well just hope and pray everything goes fine, everything goes smoothly. And everything went amazingly. Yes, there was a lot of security. A lot of there was a lot of police, and Gulberg was apparently shut down like a day in advance. And according to sources from Lahore, that we also have sources.
Right.
But I thought it went really well. The game was good. The atmosphere was good. Everything went smoothly. Alhamdulillah, it's fine, and I'm glad it happened. I'm glad that it happened at Lahore.
I think Quetta also suffered because a lot of their players didn't want to come eventually. So maybe they would have done better. Maybe had some of their players would have showed up. But then that's very hypothetical, obviously.
Yeah, but I do think that Javed Afridi did put a lot of effort into his team, into creating that family-like atmosphere, to convince all the international players to come to Pakistan, and it worked for him, and he deserves all the credit for making that happen.
Khawaja, how do you feel about all this?
Yeah, the issue was that just as soon as PSL started, we had that spate of terrorist attacks in Pakistan.
Lahore में दो हुए थे.
So और लोगों का पहला ख्याल ये नहीं था कि यार victims का क्या होगा, उनका था यार PSL final किधर होगा.
Of course.
So that issue caught fire immediately, and it became heavily politicized right from the get-go. Even the chief of army staff, ISPR, DG ISPR statements issue करे थे कि भाई ये final इधर ही होना चाहिए. So the matter was out of any reasonable logical hands कि भाई अब तो बात बहुत ऊपर चले गई है, तो अब आर या पार हमें इधर फाइनल करना ही करना है, because it was going to be not taken as a sporting event but as a we're standing up to terrorism, हम डटे रहेंगे, हम लड़ेंगे, it got that narrative. तो ये problem हो गई थी. तो I think overall alhamdulillah everything went very smoothly, और दोनों टीमों को credit जाती है, they put on a good show. तो hopefully this is a sign. I think I also felt कि यार नहीं होना चाहिए in circumstances में, आप जोर ज़बरदस्ती लगा के ना करो. But in the end the security situation was exemplary, और बड़े player भी आ गए थे, और actually उनका plan ये था कि उन्होंने playoff matches और final तीनों मैच उन्होंने उधर लाहौर में कराने हैं, तो they only settle on the final. तो but I think overall now that it's done, I think it was very good, और लोगों ने enjoy किया, and universally it was acclaimed कि यार ये बहुत ज़बरदस्त event हुआ है. So let's hope for better things in PSL 3. I think we have shown कि players ने भी देख लिया यार कि situation है, इतनी भी कोई बुरी नहीं है, and we can manage it. So I think overall we gained, we didn't lose anything from doing the final there.
हाँ, तो following up on that train of thought, मैं ये पूछने वाला था कि अच्छा ये तो हो गया, and there were maybe exceptional circumstances that led to everything going so smoothly, and a lot of luck involved maybe also. Do you think this is a sustainable plan आगे जाने के लिए?
I think they have shown कि यार ये sustainable plan है, और आप लाहौर में without fear you can play a few games, ऐसी कोई बात नहीं है. तो एक दफ़ा एक exhibition तो उनको देनी थी ना कि कोई बड़े player आ रहे हैं और दिखा रहे हैं. तो and the main thing was the international media really caught on to this story. वो सारे कह रहे हैं जी cricket comes back, terrorism defeated, ये वो narrative बन गया था. तो ये शायद हम लॉजिकल लेवल पे हम ले रहे थे, लेकिन लोग इसको किसी और पॉलिटिकल और जियोपॉलिटिकल एंगल से देख रहे थे. So that it definitely paid off, एंड अपार्ट फ्रॉम पेशावर आई थिंक पाकिस्तान की ये थोड़ी एक प्लस 0.5 पॉइंट्स तो बने, एक इमेज थोड़ी इंप्रूव हुई है कि यार क्रिकेट आई है वापस और लोगों ने देखा है। और गोरे भी थे, अंग्रेज, यू नो वी नीडेड अंग्रेज टू बी देयर।
Always, you
तो
always need the Angrez.
हाँ, गोरी चमड़ी की वैल्यू तो अलग ही होती है।
हाँ,
तो उससे आई थिंक नेक्स्ट ईयर फिर हम अब थोड़े पीएसएल ऑर्गेनाइजर्स भी थोड़ा यू नो दे हैव सम लेवरेज नाउ कि
अच्छा,
उनको थोड़ा जोर लगा सकते हैं प्लेयर भाई तुम आओ। एंड वी हैव टू रिमेंबर कि आफ्टर आईपीएल पीएसएल इज क्वाइट अ लुक्रेटिव लीग फॉर दिस प्लेयर्स। ये ऐसे मुफ्ते में नहीं आए हुए, इनको बहुत अच्छे पैसे मिल रहे हैं कंपेयर टू द अदर लीग्स। वी आर नंबर 2 बिहाइंड आईपीएल।
अच्छा,
तो वी हैव सम लेवरेज एंड वी हैव सम यू नो हम भी थोड़ा जोर लगा सकते हैं उन पे कि भाई आओ नाउ यू हैव टू मीट आवर डिमांड्स।
अच्छा, तो getting a response from someone representing the Gori Chamdis. Sarkhail, how do you feel about this?
Wow, wow. Are you trying to racially profile me?
No, I have racially profiled you. I'm not trying anything.
खुलेआम कर दिया।
But how do you feel about the sustainability, the future, ये वो?
Um, I think कि यार जैसे जैसे ख्वाजा ने कहा है कि you know it is the second most lucrative domestic cricket league out there. So in the future, if we do, I still think the next one is still going to be primarily held in UAE, and once again, maybe hopefully knock a play. What's that? Knockouts? Playout? What's the word,
प्लेऑफ
man?
स्टेज,
Yeah, playoff stage. Yeah, the playoffs may. I think
एलिमिनेटर्स और
playoffs,
वो सब।
eliminators in the playoffs and the final could be held in Pakistan for next season, and then the season after that, try for the whole tournament to be held there.
मतलब you guys
And
are open to what it seems like is both of you are suggesting कि अभी अगर baby steps लिए जाएं tournament to tournament तो you know it's not something you're against 100%. आहिस्ता आहिस्ता करके देखें हो रहा है तो सही है.
my main reason for saying this is because I don't want to miss on other games.
अच्छा,
As long as they're happening in the UAE, I'm okay. I'm fine with that. You know, it's fine. I'm being a little selfish about that.
हाँ,
But यार मैंने भी स्नैपचैट गेम्स करनी है, मेरे भी दिल है यार।
जाती मफाद जुड़े हुए हैं.
जाती हाँ मैंने भी
और आप ये चीज देखें भी तो जो दुबई में खेलना तो गोरों को बहुत सूट करता है कि भाई पार्टी लाइफस्टाइल है इधर। यू प्ले फॉर फ्यू आवर्स पे तुम जाओ चिल करो, क्लब जाओ, ये करो वो करो, गोल्फ खेलो। केविन पीटरसन मैच के हर सुबह गोल्फ खेल रहा होता है।
अच्छा,
तो इधर का जो लाइफस्टाइल है ये एक अट्रैक्शन है यार। वी आर गोइंग टू यू नो इट्स अ पेड वेकेशन, प्ले सम क्रिकेट एंड एंजॉय योर लाइफ इन दुबई।
right.
तो ये जो हमने उनको हुक दिया हुआ है ये काफ़ी एक पोर्टेंट हुक है। बट बस हम थोड़ा इंसिस्ट कर लें कि यार जो नॉकआउट मैचेस हमने पाकिस्तान में खेलने बाकी हम इधर करा लेंगे। तो उससे फिर ये और एंड वी पेइंग देम वेल, तो गोरे भी खुश और पाकिस्तानी भी खुश और सरखेल
मैं
भी
भी खुश।
खुश, उसके स्नैपचैट भी खुश।
नहीं, I remember reading someone अभी आजकल में ही saying some of the foreign players कि अगर ऐसी ही security कायम रखी जाए तो they're open to the idea of coming back. But अगर लोकेशन चेंज की जाए, I'm not sure, कराची में भी कुछ लोग कह रहे थे कि अगले साल कराची में होना चाहिए. और how do you feel about the location change? Like, I mean, should be fine, right? अगर करा ही रहे हैं.
यार कराची के मुझे ऑनेस्टली लॉजिस्टिक्स नहीं पता कि उधर स्टेडियम एक्चुअली कहाँ है, क्योंकि लाहौर में तो इट्स लाइक अ होल कंपाउंड, यू कैन सील इट ऑफ फ्रॉम 360 डिग्रीज। तो कराची के आई थिंक थोड़ा मेन शहर में है तो इट विल बी अ चैलेंज। लेकिन अगर आप जेड लेवल प्रेसिडेंशियल सिक्योरिटी दे रहे हो, स्नाइपर्स आपने रूफ पे रखे हुए हैं, पूरा शारा फैसल आपने कॉर्डन ऑफ किया हुआ है
हाँ.
और ये सब किया हुआ है, तो ऐसी कोई बात नहीं है यार। इट्स ऑल ओके।
हाँ,
ऐसी
नहीं,
it's
कराची
not a big-
लाहौर में भी मतलब इट्स अ बिगर कंपाउंड अराउंड इट, लेकिन लाहौर में भी है तो वो बिल्कुल शहर के बीच में ही ना.
आप एक बंदे को गूगल करो, माइक सेल्वी,
ओके.
जस्ट माइक सेल्वी इज ही इज अ राइटर फॉर द टेलीग्राफ। उसने पूरा डिटेल में बताया कि जी सिक्योरिटी प्लान क्या था एंड इट वाज सो कॉम्प्रहेंसिव एंड सो हाईली डिटेल्ड यार। इट वाज बंदा तो क्या है, बिल्कुल कोई चूहा भी नहीं घुस सकता था। आप उसको गूगल करना बाद में, माइक सेल्वी पीएसएल, रीड हिज आर्टिकल, इट वाज ब्रिलियंट।
I accidentally
तो आई
googled
थिंक
Mike
सिक्योरिटी का ऐसा
Salvini.
कोई इशू नहीं होगा अगर ये लोग प्रॉपर्ली करें तो कोई टेंशन वाली बात नहीं है।
हाँ, ओके.
Guys, hello.
या,
I accidentally googled Mike Salvini, and I would not recommend.
ओके. अच्छा, नहीं, कराची में जो स्टेडियम है दैट इज नॉट एज cordoned off a compound जैसे गद्दाफी है. कराची में इट्स क्वाइट शहर के बीच में next to like Aga Khan Hospital Complex और पीछे और all around it मतलब apartments हैं और काफ़ी आबादी है. But खैर करने को तो there's a different plan for a different situation.
कर सकते हैं यार, ऐसी कोई बात नहीं है, हो जाएगा, ऐसी कोई बात नहीं है. इट्स नॉट अ बिग इशू. बस उनका एक मेंटल फियर था ना कि आपने उनका वहम खत्म करना था. वो वहम तो काफी हद तक आपने खत्म कर दिया ये फाइनल करा के, कि वो तो सोच रहे होंगे ना कि रोडों पे लैंड माइंस लगे हुए हैं और टैंक लगे हुए हैं और उनकी एक मेंटल इमेजरी इज मोर हॉरिफाइंग देन द रियलिटी.
Right,
तो
always.
वो तो क्लियर हो गई उनकी काफी हद तक.
अच्छा, so overall, we've talked about most of the things. Now, what do you think did not go well? Yeah, did not meet your expectations coming in from the first PSL, second PSL. Man, what did you see, if anything, that you did not agree with in terms of planning, execution, yeah, just general result? Sarkhail, is there anything you saw that you remember?
No, but honestly, I don't think I can find something wrong with it because I had fun and it was great. Can't nitpick at anything. Maybe Khwaja can nitpick at something.
Khwaja sahab?
यार आई जस्ट फील दैट दे शुड एंगेज द पाकिस्तानी फैंस मोर बैक होम. आप फैन पार्क्स लगाओ, आप रिटेल स्टोर्स बनाओ, आप मीडिया अपीयरेंसेस करवाओ अपने ब्रांड एम्बेसडर्स के साथ. उस पर आप थोड़ा ज़्यादा मार्केटिंग और ज़्यादा जोर लगाओ. बट आई एम सेइंग दैट फ्रॉम आउटसाइड, तो अंदर से किसी और को बेहतर पता होगा. बट दैट इज जस्ट माई वन स्मॉल इशू विद इट. अदरवाइज तो ऑर्गेनाइजेशन वाइज, द क्रिकेट इटसेल्फ वाइज सब कुछ टॉप नॉच है. एवरीथिंग इज टॉप क्लास.
Okay, that's great. Anything specific you guys would like to see? It was sort of the same question, but anything specific you would like to see, given your awareness and exposure to other tournaments, other leagues, all of that? Anything you would like to see the PSL adopt or replicate or add on?
Well, मुझे तो Snapchat दे दिया है. I think मुझे PSL का Snapchat भी देते हैं, तो ये अच्छा हो सकता है.
अच्छा.
और PCB का भी मिल जाए तो वो भी अच्छा है.
मुझे नजम सेठी नहीं बनना आपको.
मुझे स्पोर्ट्स का स्नैपचैट बना देना कोई.
पाकिस्तान हेड ऑफ मिनिस्टर ऑफ स्पोर्ट्स स्नैपचैट.
मिनिस्ट्री ऑफ स्पोर्ट्स इसको अपना स्नैपचैट दे दे बस.
हाँ.
Oh, by the way, इस दफा तो ख्वाजा ने भी स्नैपचैट्स बहुत किए हैं. I don't know if you were following it.
I was watching और ट्विटर पे भी अक्सर अपलोड होते थे समरीज ख्वाजा साहब.
सेल्फ जलीलिंग स्नैप्स. अब मेरी टीम ही हारी जा रही थी और कुछ कर भी नहीं सकता था, क्या कर सकते.
अच्छा Khwaja, how do you feel about this? Do you have anything in mind, like any examples you've seen?
They just need to increase the salary cap and try to attract bigger stars. उसके अलावा तो कोई इशू नहीं है. बड़े नाम आएंगे तो लोग खुद आएंगे. संगकारा था, क्रिस गेल था, किरण पोलार्ड, ब्रेंडन मैकलम. If we can just get more bigger current stars that are in international cricket, उसके अलावा तो कोई इशू नहीं है. वरना तो मजे हैं.
There is actually one big issue.
What?
Get a proper act for the opening ceremony.
But I think that might be more of a funding situation, don't you think? पिछले साल कौन था? Sean Paul था ना?
Yeah, Sean Paul and Ali Zafar.
And this साल it was Shaggy and
Shaggy.
Yeah.
तो यार आप कोई करंट स्टार तो आप ला ही सकते हो यार, ऐसी भी क्या बात है. द वीकेंड ले आए अगले साल तो फिर मजा ही आ जाए. क्यों?
I don't think they can afford the weekend, but चलो.
जुनून का रियूनियन करवा दे फिर तो सब एक साइड पे हैं यार. If that could ever happen.
Well, they have started it. Ali Azmat ने क्लोजिंग सेरेमनी पे तो कर लिया था. Now it's just 2 more pieces.
यार I think ख्वाजा की एक स्नैप स्टोरी लगा देते हैं हम ओपनिंग सेरेमनी पे, because इसको भी गाना गाने की बहुत आदत है.
यार देखो,
why not?
हसद ना करो सरखेल, सबके प्लान्स
हैं. हसद ना कर.
हाँ. ठीक है. So I think this is a quick, good discussion of the whole second tournament. Any other thing you want to add about this? Maybe.
No, I want to add something off topic. तो तुम बता दो कि तुम्हें पावर रेंजर्स कैसे लगी?
Oh, Power Rangers. It was okay. It was it's not a very good movie, and I was expecting it to not be a very good movie, but it's not completely unbearable, unwatchable. If you like the show, कभी बचपन में देखा था, तो कुछ moments आते हैं उसमें, and they're fine. But mostly क्योंकि मसला ये है कि 1.5 घंटे की फिल्म है, I think. And they have 5 characters, like 7-8 characters actually. सबको introduce करो, सबके मसले लाओ, ये करो वो करो, and then film का plot भी आगे बढ़े. So that's always hard origin movies में. But I saw it was like fine. They have a plan for like 6 movies. तो पता नहीं ये इतनी hit होगी और फिर अगली भी बन गई तो वो कितनी hit होंगी. But वही है, open endings और nothing concluded. But ठीक है, you can watch
तो
it.
मतलब देख लो. अच्छा चलो सही है.
Chalo, any concluding arguments, statements from you both?
Yes, I'd like to wish Kushal a very happy married life, whatever,
Do you think he
best
wants
wishes.
people to know? Khair, he's been posting cake
Yeah,
ki tasveerein.
everyone knows he's getting married.
Okay. So,
Yeah.
Khushal, third boy in the
Yeah.
UAE PSL trifecta. Acha, rip our fallen brother and best wishes for the future. Khwaja साहब, आप कुछ कहना चाहेंगे in conclusion?
I'd just like to thank you for inviting me on your podcast. Yeah, it was an honor. और
honor.
कभी भी कोई और भी topic हो तो दुआओं में रखना और यादों में रखना. I'm
बिल्कुल जी,
always willing to participate.
बिल्कुल. Do you
Thank
want
you.
to talk about? Do you want to shout out your own podcast so that people know where to go for up to date cricket banters?
It's called K2 Cricket and with the K. Or I think we'll just link it together someday. We should do like a grand mashup.
हाँ,
ताकि सारी चीजें एक दफा.
Super podcast. What do you have?
BVS versus scene हो जाएगा उसका.
Do you have a Twitter भी है ना इसका? What's the Twitter handle?
Yeah. The Twitter handle is @K2 Cricket and it's with the K.
Cricket is also with a K?
Yeah.
Achha.
It's a Kardashian thing to do.
Yeah, we'll link it on the
Yeah.
padded
We'll
room
tag.
wala also.
No worries at all.
ठीक है. All right, boys. Thank you very much, both of you. And
Okay, bye.
we'll talk to you, I think,
Welcome.
next year se pehle maybe. But thank you both. Thank you for coming. And
Bye-bye.
bye-bye.